I was back there when the first body was found. Sorry. I grew up in Sulphur Springs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I moved on this end of the county back in like 2009. I bought a house actually right at Taylor Bridge. Yeah, my family has a farm there too on Bumpus Cove. They lost everything. Their house is intact, but their property is, physical property is gone. Barns and things like that are gone, so they're working to rebuild it. It was really hard. One, knowing that I had family down there. Two, we have water on our property too, so we didn't know what was going to happen there. We've got a lot of family and friends down in that area, so we were trying to stay in contact, but as the towers were going down, it became increasingly more difficult to get in touch with people. Unfortunately, my partner was out of town. He works for the Forestry Service, and he got called out for hurricane relief, so he wasn't even able to be with us then. So it was this panic mode of getting things together to make sure that Grayson and I were going to be safe, and trying to check on people. It was a lot of anxiety, a lot.
Yeah, during Hurricane Helene, we did not get affected. Luckily, we were actually only a couple minutes from Taylor Bridge. So, and you know how that fell, right? So, and I was kind of nervous. We were very, very, very lucky to have power, water, and basically a lot of things. So, and Arnold Road, during the flood, we drove up there. There's a bunch of cars, and there's a couple police officers down a little down there. So, and they were saying, don't go down there, it's flooded. And you could see houses going, and you could see everything going down the river.
Now that people are eventually figuring out, if FEMA's building a house for them, or if, the ASP is stepping in and building houses and things like that, people still have nothing. So, being able to give them furnishings for their house, comfort items, simple things is like a really soft blanket. That's my comfort item when I'm home. I want a soft blanket, being able to ensure that the people have those creature comfort items, and just being able to, walk into a home and feel comfortable again. There's a woman that's actually getting a house built right beside us, the property, the lot right next to us by ASP. She's an older woman. We know her, and her house was washed away. Just watching all of that happen, Grayson's like, well, what else can we do? These people, this isn't the end. We have months long. So just filling in those gaps.
One thing I say is that kindness always has a way back to you.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I love. Families, I like to see them smile whenever someone makes them happy. And we were helping families. It was just, so we actually met an uncle during it. Well, not an uncle, sorry, a cousin that we actually met. My mom actually met him.
Today?
No, it was during Hurricane Helene. She was just checking on people, and apparently he knew my papa, so.
Every year for their birthday when they're kids, what do you want? What's your list for your birthday? And he just sat there. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I've got this and I've got this. I don't really know of anything that I want. I was like, well, what do you need? And he's like, I don't know. I've got underwear and socks, So I was like, okay, let's try a different idea. Would you want to give someone something for your birthday? Is there somebody that that needs something or something, and first thing was animal shelter. He's like, animals always need stuff. I was like, okay, so how do you want to do this? He's like, well, instead of people buying me something, why don't they buy the animals something? I said, okay. So we started on this adventure, and I made a small post on Facebook, in lieu of presents, this is what Grayson wants. And I got a truckload that year. Filled the bed of my truck with food animal toys, whatever the shelter needed. We filled a truck bed full, and it's just grown.
It's more about the needs than wants, and people need more than me. I have a roof over my head, I have clothes, I have entertainment, and other people might not have that. So I did the animal shelter, I did Isaiah House, I've done this, I've done a lemonade stand.
The feeling is so overwhelming because his love for others there's no bounds. There's no bounds with him. He puts others' needs before his own, always. I can't describe it. That feeling that I get of how proud I am, there's not a word. I've looked for one. I don't know. If somebody can think of a better word, hit me with it. Take the first step out there and say, hey, I've got, this skill, or I've got, whatever it is. Reach out and say, hey, I can help. Just show up. We can find somewhere to put you. People can approach me, they can shoot me a message and I'll direct them somewhere.